Hey, I'm glad you could make it. How was your trip? Yeah, that sounds about right. It's never fun traveling during the holidays. I bet the airport was a disaster. Oh, really? Yeah, that's definitely one of the worst places to run into an ex. Oh, no way. She was working at security? That's rough. How was the flight? A lot of screaming kids. That doesn't surprise me. Well, we have a lot of big families here. Yeah. You look like you could use a drink. Let's see. Good choice. I knew you were my favorite for a reason. Let me get that for you. Now you want to be careful with this stuff. It's straight bourbon. Just a little bit. You want a little bit more? Okay. Yeah, it's got a nice color, doesn't it? Alright, there you go. So, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you. I think that was 3 years ago. But I'll tell you, that was a lot of fun. Well, Aunt Jane and Uncle Mike are coming later today. Yeah, you know how she is. Always ostentatious. She is probably going to wear one of her famous feathered hats. Probably some brightly colored dress. You know how she is. And who knows what kind of artsy-fartsy dish she's going to be bringing. Yeah. But besides the absolute horror show that traveling during the holidays is, how are you liking it here so far? A bit cold? Yeah. Well, I guess it's a change of pace from where you live now, but it's got its upsides. Yeah. We did host the Winter Olympics for a reason. And in my humble opinion, I do think that we have the best snow on Earth. So, if you want to go skiing or snowboarding, I'm happy to go with you. Just be sure to dress for cold weather. I guess it sounds like I'm being dramatic, but we have a lot of big families here, and no one likes a good deal more than a big family. Just buy a Costco-sized pack of gifts for all 11 of your kids. And no, I'm not exaggerating. I went to high school with someone that was from a family of 12. Yes, well, I could guess it's a bit of a culture shock for you. I mean, it's definitely different. Yeah. Well, that bourbon that I gave you, I had to go to a state-run liquor store for it, and the lines were absolutely crazy. Yeah, we can't buy that stuff in a grocery store. We have to go to a separate building, and we have to show our IDs when we walk in. It's a mess, which I don't entirely understand, because I can get medical marijuana delivered to my home as often as I want, but if I want to get a good bottle of bourbon, I have to stand in line for a half hour. Yeah, that's one of the things I miss about that place. The fact that it was 60 degrees in the winter. I can only guess how bad it must be for you now. It's like 20 degrees or something outside. Well, it's nice and warm in here, and we're away from everyone else, so you don't have to worry about answering any questions. I know some of our family members tend to pry. Well, this is the first year I'm hosting, so hopefully there will be less of that. Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm expecting about 15-20 people to show up. Yeah, a lot of them are coming into town from out of state. So, I can only imagine the nightmare that you all have gone through. I hate flying. Everything's so crowded. Everyone's so grumpy. Security takes forever. There's no leg room. And of course, all of the screaming children. I can only imagine what it was like flying over here this time of year. Must have been 3 or 4 screaming babies on that plane. That's rough, buddy. Well, I hope at least that you're nice and relaxed here. Well, that's why we have 2 living rooms. Yeah. Well, I like coming down here when I need a little escape from all the noise. All the questions, all the small talk. You know, that's one of the reasons why I like you. You're not one for small talk either. Oh yeah, I remember that year. I went out to see you and stayed in your house, and we had a little bit of fun the night before Thanksgiving. I can't remember what we drank. Was that vodka or rum? Yeah, that explains the hangover. I distinctly remember that we both showed up to the dinner table that year wearing sunglasses. That was fun. But I'm definitely not a party animal like I used to be. Well, I still enjoy a good drink here and there, of course. And I do have some special medicine that we can have some of later and maybe go on a little walk. Work up your appetite before the dinner. Yeah. But, you know, I'm not one to indulge until I get violently ill anymore. It's just not fun. Yeah. I suppose it would be improper of me as the host to show up drunk again. Besides, I've kind of outgrown that. And whatever would Aunt Jane think? So prim and proper. Always takes herself too seriously. Yeah, it must have been rough growing up with them, huh? I'm just teasing. Have you met my boyfriend yet? Well, I'll have to introduce you to. He usually likes to cook dessert, so he should be up in the kitchen somewhere. Oh yes, I remember her. Speaking of running into exes, I ran into mine at a baby shower. That was awkward. Well, she kept looking at me the entire time, and for the life of me, I don't understand why. I mean, I dated her a decade ago. Maybe more than that now. I'm surprised she even recognized me, but, you know, I was able to remain civil. But it's not as bad as you running into yours at the airport security checkpoint. She give you a random screening? I'm just teasing. Oh yeah, if you're up for it, we can definitely go see some of the sights. And you don't have to ski or anything, but maybe we could go up to one of the resorts. It's only about a 30-minute drive. Assuming the roads are clear, of course. Well, if you think it's cold now, you're definitely going to want to add a couple layers if we go up into the mountains. It can get pretty chilly up there, but the scenery is beautiful. Yeah, If you want to go sometime this weekend, we definitely can. But like I said, I am not leaving the house on Friday. No. I'm gonna stay right here. Just relax. Maybe eat some leftover pie. Yeah. Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and put some of your things away in the guest room, and then we can go on that little walk. All right. I'll see you in a bit.